how you implement the standard, how you test the product, how you deal with the borders and the customs, etc. So that in a totality is a barrier to trade, and countries will need to harmonize as much as they can to make sure that the flow of products between countries is smooth, and that's what different regions are trying to harmonize and trying to work together to overcome.
Take a look at places where we've had different food scares over the years. Of course, China being the chief culprit. There's a new committee being set up there, but then China also now having an increasingly protectionist stance in terms of letting food and the standards it's raised for food that's being imported into the country. So how is that acting as an impediment?
I think the case of China is really a very interesting case, but if we speak about food safety in specific and we go back for the last 5 years, China has been moving very quickly and fast, reacting on the different occasions, and we see now this really dynamics in reforming the food safety control systems in the country. It will take time until we see that the whole food safety control system in China is changed. But what we see that in the coming 5 or 10 years, we will see China is even more active at the global setting of standards. They will have an influence in how the whole global setup when it comes to food safety infrastructure is changing. So I think they're moving from reforming the internal food safety policies and standards and regulations, moving even later on at a global level to be more active in this field.
And finally, you said China's making huge strides, or at least they have done in the last 5 years. What about Asia as a whole?
I think as a region, I would say if we talk about the way the region is trying to harmonize their standards and conformity assessment, and specifically to food safety, I would say that the ASEAN countries are moving ahead of other regions because they're really doing a great job in harmonizing the standards. They have these regional committees, regional task force working very hard on harmonizing the standards. And the experience in the region, in a number of countries, is helping the region to move on this harmonization effort.